Hola, ¿cómo están? Hoy vamos a aprender de okay, basically preterite and imperfect, okay? So how to both are past tenses. Preterite, imperfect, both are past tenses, yeah. But you have to distinguish, okay, those two according to the context, okay? So first of all, okay, since this video cannot be too long, so usually in a regular face-to-face class, usually I go over the conjugations, aba, abas, aba, ia, 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 ias, ia. No, preterito is more like hablé, hablaste, habló, ¿no? Hablamos, hablasteis, hablaron, viví, viviste, vivió, vivimos, vivisteis, vivieron. Okay, please just go over those conjugations of imperfect and preterite by yourself using this PowerPoint presentation. Yeah. Okay, I don't want to take so much time for conjugation for this video. Now, since this is one of the toughest part, so I'd like to go to answer. Okay, we are going to answer directly. Okay, those questions that you might see. Okay, you are likely to see on the quiz or exams. Okay, here is a descripciones, no? Acciones principales, descriptions and principal actions. Por ejemplo, ser el 8 de agosto. It was August 8th. No? So I'm going to give you a explanation and we are going to answer the question, okay, and fill out the blank here, okay? Now, it was August 8th. If it's if it is about dates or time, it's always imperfect. So what's imperfect of ser? Era. Okay. So explanation is if it's time or date, okay, it's gonna be imperfect. Ser mi cumpleaños. It was my birthday. This one too, I'm going to explain why it's imperfect. Okay, it's gonna be imperfect, and I will explain why. It's because if it's background information, you use imperfect. For example, it was my birthday. I was a student. I was in Japan. Okay, yo estaba en Japón. Era mi cumpleaños. Okay, yo era estudiante. Now I'm gonna give you the example. Okay, I'm gonna give you example in English. Okay, I want you to distinguish. Okay, up to what point it's background information. Okay, from what point it's action. For example, when I was in Japan, I was in Hiroshima. My father was a teacher. My mother was a nurse. My sister was a college student. The life was very ordinary. But one day, something incredible happened. My sister won the lottery, $1,000,000. Now, can you distinguish background information and action? I was a student. My father was a teacher. Life was ordinary. My sister was a student. They are background information, ¿no? So, yo era estudiante, mi hermana era estudiante, mi padre era profesor. The background information, imperfect. But she won the lottery. That's not background information, action. Ella ganó lotería. So, background information, it's imperfect. Era mi cumpleaños. 30 años. I was 30 years old. This one also, my expression is going to be age in the past is imperfect. Okay. Now, another explanation is, if you talk about age, it's background information, right? I was 30 years old. I was 20 years old. Okay. When this accident happened, I was 30 years old. Age is always background information. So, yo tenía 30 años. You have to put imperfect. Las 7 de la tarde. Okay, it was 7 in the afternoon. This was going to be era. As I said, time in the past is imperfect. Now, it also, time is also always background information, right? So it was 3:30 when it happened. No? It's a background information, so it's imperfect. Yo abrir, okay, so if it's action, okay, when for example, if we want to say when I opened the door, it was 7 in the afternoon. No? This is background, this is action. So it's gonna be, if it's action, pret it, no? Abrir. Okay, yo encender la luz. I put the fire on. Okay, pardon. I turned on the light. Encendí y mis amigos shouted, gritar, sorpresa, surprise. Gritaron. By the way, these answers I don't put on a PowerPoint presentation on a blackboard, okay? I give you advantage to you guys who watch the video, okay? Now let's do some other questions. Okay. Dos acciones simultáneas. Alicia y Ernesto bailaban mientras el grupo musical tocaba un waltz. Now, Alicia and Ernesto were dancing while the musical group was playing waltz. No? Waltz, this is a type of music. Now, I'm going to just give you the answer here. It's going to be tocaba. I'm going to explain. If it's two simultaneous actions in the past, it's going to be imperfect. Both are imperfect. Alicia y Ernesto bailaban when they were dancing while the musical group was playing the waltz. Okay, so it's two simultaneous action in the past, right? It's gonna be imperfect, 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 imperfect. This one too. Mientras sus padres hablaban, Carlitos. Oh, un momento. Dormía. He was sleeping while his parents were talking. Dos acciones consecutivas. Actually, those were more, two or more actions. For example, this happened, this happened, this happened. I'm going to give you an example, okay? So in the morning, I woke up at 7 o'clock. I ate breakfast. I drove a car, and I came to my office. Let's say you want to say something like this. This happened, this happened, this happened. Okay, me desperté a las 7, comí desayuno y manejé carro y llegué a oficina. preterite, 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 preterite. So it's gonna be all preterite. Jimena se rió cuando Rudy le contó un chiste. Jimena laughed, okay, when Rudy talked the joke, gave a joke, no? Again, if it's consecutive action, preterite. Hugo se levantó y hacer un brindis por el cumpleaños de Felipe. Hugo stood up and toast, no? Actually, he did the toast, okay, for the birthday. Again, this happened. Got up and made a toast. Hizo. This is the answer. Una acción en progreso cuando comienza una nueva acción, okay? So, what it says is something like this. When I was cooking, my mom called. No? When I was playing baseball, I saw the accident. Now, sometimes you want to distinguish this ongoing action in the past and interruption or something that happened boom. Okay? When I was recording the voice, okay, my daughter called me. Okay? Cuando grababa mi voz, mi hija me llamó. So, if it's interruption, preterite. Ongoing action, imperfect, okay? Now, actually, this is something you are doing maybe unconsciously. For example, this is how you say, right? When I was cooking, my mom called. No? You don't say, when I cooked, my mom called. It sounds kind of awkward, isn't it? Okay. So in case of English, you use past progressive form. I was doing, she was doing, you were doing. Now interruption, you use preterite. In case of Spanish, okay, we use imperfect for ongoing action, preterite for interruption. So, el mesero le sirvió pastel Jimena mientras ella hablar con Rudy. The waiter serves the cake to Jimena while she was talking with Rudy. So this is gonna be hablaba, no? Imperfect, ongoing action. Mientras los invitados comían el pastel, debía le dar un regalo a Felipe. While the guests were eating cake, Delia gave a gift to Felipe. So this is the interruption. So, Dio, you use preterite. Okay. Again, okay, if you have any questions, especially this part, imperfect and preterite, it's not easy part. Actually, one of the toughest part of learning Spanish. Okay, so if you have any question, please let me know. Si tienes preguntas, okay, por favor, pregúntame, ¿vale? Adiós.